and Tea. I scraped myself with something. My gloves, I think. I went like that with my gloves. And I scratched myself. Interesting. Hi, Just Jen. Today's Tarot Tuesday, so we'll do the collective message, and then for those of you that want to get a little reading, I'm not sure how we'll do it today, whether it'll be, hi Sheila, how are you? Whether it'll be a lot of cards, so a little bit of cards for each individual person, so everybody gets a card, or longer readings. I haven't decided yet. We'll see. And you can get a choice in it too. Mm. Hot tea. It's got to be hot. Once the tea gets cold, happy sunrise. Happy sunrise. Right? Once the tea gets cold, it's another breed. So hot tea is the best tea. Hot tea is the best. Just like hot coffee, right? I mean, unless it's like iced coffee. You have to go one or the other. It's one extreme or the other. Iced tea or hot tea. But tepid tea, it's not so great. How's everybody doing today? How's everybody doing? Please, if you're on either one, say hey and have a conversation. It's meant to be an interactive experience. And for those of you that don't know, I have another channel. It is called One Truth Sets You Free, and there is a second video up. There's a reason why I rushed to get this one out, and that's because, oops, well, I dropped it down and it landed the other way. Good morning, Snea. How are you? How are you? We miss you. We miss you. I hope you're doing well. Because I want to get the next episode that I'm going to do. There was an order that I wanted to do the episodes in. I wanted to talk about time as an illusion and how to break out of the loop first. So that's the episode that's up now. And I wanted to do the next episode, which is about the moon. And I wanted to do it before the new moon. So that meant that I had to put an extra episode out this week. But that's just a bonus for you. That means you get the intro episode, which is more of a overview of what to expect within the channel. And the other one is technically the real episode one. Aw, yay, yay. How was your trip? How was your trip? How was everything? Okay, so the first card that came out is the Four of Wands, and the Four of Wands is about success. We've also got the Page of Swords coming out and the Magician. Ooh, these are three very nice cards to have together. The Page of the Page of Swords is new mental things. This is like, this is Gemini energy, would be a good example of the Page of Swords, because there's newness, there's things that are learning. I'm doing fantastic, love. This is the best time of my life. It just keeps getting better. It just keeps getting better. So I'd love to see you again though. I hope you come and stop by. Say hi. Join us in one of our classes. Today is Tuesday, so Tuesday means it's grade 1. You could always stop by and see us in grade 1. Hi Teresa, how are you? You could come and see us in grade 1. Good morning, Divine Timing. Nice to see you. Hi guys. Hi Rob. How's everybody doing? Hi Suki. Right? Yeah, I actually had a really awesome meditation this morning, and it's cool because the person that I did the meditation through, or the host of the meditation, is actually in the chat right here, and will probably be on TikTok at some point. He tends to jump on over there and say a hey as well, because you know you got to support each other. And anyway, during this meditation, it's a powerful meditation, and you're being implemented as a grid worker in the meditation as well, because we're sending out, hi Bri Guy, how are you, love? Because we're sending out this beautiful energy of love and unity and peace and joy and truth. I love the truth. I love the absolute truth. I love searching and searching for the truth. And that's why I created that new channel. One Truth Sets You Free, is because I want to give people some really awesome information. And you know what? Discern for yourself. That's even part of it, is that no matter what I tell you, no matter what anyone tells you, I'm always going to tell you to sit with it and ask yourself, how does this resonate with me? How does this sit? You know, if I was a bell and someone came and went dong, and you could feel that vibration in you, you know it's resonating. Yes, actually, there is a link for the new channel. The back end of it, I have to get Byron to get it, or Truthwave. One of the mods, any of the mods, Denise is a mod. One of the mods would have to grab it. I think that Nisi's following me, but to search for it is One Truth Sets You Free, and it's the number one. So One Truth Sets You Free. And the channel was supposed to be called The Truth Will Set You Free, but that was, of course, taken, and I kind of felt it would be, which is where I got inspiration from Truthwave, actually, because I know that his is One Truthwave. So I thought, well, I'll see if the One Truth is there, and when I got One Truth, I was like, oh my goodness, this is perfect. One Truth Sets You Free, because it's only one. It'll be a different one for many people, though. It's not going to be the same one necessarily. I might wake up when somebody, talks about the truth about time, and I might be like, you're absolutely right. This makes absolute sense to me. My bell is ringing. Yep, that's true. And that might be all it takes for me to just be off and running. For some of us, we need a lot of truth, and eventually that one truth does set you free. So there's always the one. It's like if you go to find something and somebody says it's always in the last place you look. Yep, it sure is. How many places I'll look to get to the last place? Who knows? Who knows? Hi, Edie. How are you? So we've got really cool cards out right now. We've got the card of the new brain, the new mind, the new ideas, new education, like that really, really Gemini energy. Let's go and learn something. Thank you very much, Victor. To go and learn something. And again, if you're not following Victor, do and participate in the meditation. The meditation is at 8 a.m. Sorry, 8. Well, let's do it in my own time zone because that'll be easier for me. It's at 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Eastern every day. So you can apply Eastern to your time zone and figure out when that runs for you. But do join us. Join us. Join us in the truth wave. Join us in the sending out love and unity to the whole world so that there's more of it available. Hi, Chief White Buffalo. Unconditional love and universal love to you as well. So the Page of Swords, beautiful, beautiful energy of newness, mental newness, because swords are the mental space, and swords. When you're looking at the suits, once you get up into the the royal suits cards, the page being the first of that. So that's why the page sparks newness, but because it's at the level of royalty, it's more long-term stuff. So it's really the Ace of Swords, it's the beginning of everything, and it does contain the potential of the entire suit in it. But that newness is, at the very beginning stages, and that newness could be newness in a variety of ways, whereas the page is a little bit more established, a little bit more long-term of newness. So this newness is beautiful because it's almost like there's a shift in your mind. That's what I'm getting from the page, and that's what my guides are saying, is it's like there's been this mental shift, right? And it's like with that truth channel that I brought out, only one truth, like it's just we're waking up. The veil is lifting, right? People are becoming more aware of what's going on, and we're starting to question things a little bit more. How did the government get to the level of assumed power, because they're the ones that gave themselves the power? We didn't give them the power, but and this is just to use one type of example. There's many examples that I can use, but that's implemented in place. And this isn't left or right, just to be fair. I don't do left right when we're doing politics. I'm beyond that concept of left right, and I understand it for the illusion that it is. And someday I'll talk about maybe that, or religion, the illusion of religion as well. But not on that channel, on this channel. So we're doing the tarot reading, so let's get back to it. Yes, exactly. The power of love, the power of unconditional love, the power of universal love, right? You talk about that quite frequently, Chief White Buffalo, so that's beautiful. But the veil is lifting, and we are seeing the truth be revealed, and we're looking at politics, we have to start to question. These individuals gave themselves that level of power to then turn around and say things to you like, you have to put this in your body, or you can or cannot say that, or you can or cannot do that, or this is how much you're now going to pay for your food. This is how much you're now going to pay for all of your living, when we know you can't afford it. At this time, like the levels up there are breaking the backs of the masses, right? Right. Oh, that's beautiful. Congratulations. That's a big step. I hope you're really proud of yourself, right? Because it takes a bit to get out of that space. Exactly. Exactly. I agree with that. So Chief Buffalo brought up you should try sending universal love, unconditional love to them. So we'll send it out to everybody. Because that brings us back to the concept of the magician, which is what you believe is what you're going to see. So if you believe the world that you exist in, that it is a world founded in love, that it is a world that is where the people are cared for, and and I don't mean that we need to be cared for like there needs to be some overriding force that cares for us, but that the overriding force, if there is one, isn't actively poisoning us or isn't actively harming us in a multitude of different ways. So that's what I mean about that, and why I'm not being, but it's your belief system. So we can look at, in this point in time, nothing in the future is decided because there is the choice of free will. So there may be, right now I'm doing the, right now I'm doing the collective reading, Rizwan, and hi me card, please. Um, you know, you're gonna have to wait. So the magician is that you are the magician. You're the one that chooses how your life goes. Like, and that's that conscious manifesting. So how are you consciously manifesting your life? What are you doing each day to create the life that you want? Right? When we're looking at, hi Zandrian, how are you, love? I'm so happy to see you on TikTok all the time now. I try to interact with your content. I'm not on here as much, but I do see you, and I think that that's just fantastic. I'm so proud of you. Yeah. So the magician's about conscious manifesting, right? And we are manifesting our lives every single moment of it. We are manifesting it. So how are you manifesting your life? Well, life responds in frequency. So what frequency are you sitting in? If you're sitting in the frequency of love, well, then things that are on the love frequency are going to be naturally coming to you. So be on the love frequency. If you want to be abundant, well, then you have to be in the abundance frequency, right? You have to be sitting at that frequency to have the abundance come to you. If you're in a fear frequency, what do you think you're going to be getting all the time? More fear. So whatever frequency you're sitting in, so if you want to know what you're going to be seeing in your life more of, think about the emotions that you're inhabiting the most. So if more often than not you're feeling very anxious is a fear-based response. So if you're sitting in anxiety, you're going to be seeing more fear, because you're going to be creating that fear for you from the emotions that you're experiencing as those ripples out into the quantum field. So be the conscious manifester, right? And start to think about being grateful, being so sitting in that state of gratitude. It's being in a state of love, sitting in the frequency of love. And love is a choice. I mean, love can be a situation where it's not a choice, and I love that Truth Wave covers this, right? It is a choice, but it can also not be a choice. There are you love who you love, that you just do, but you can also choose to be and respond in love, right? So it's just beautiful. So be the magician, and this is what this is saying. And we got the 1111 card. So the Four of Wands is that 1111, and the 1111 card is about celebration. So there's things to celebrate here. When we are seeing that veil lift, we're seeing the truth be revealed in many spaces. We just have to stay focused on the future that we want and not energetically be invested in the rest of it, right? In the rest of it. Yeah, Xandrian just had to take a step away for a little bit. She'll be back to us someday. She's got other things she needs to do right now, and that's in alignment with her. We've got the Two of Swords. Ooh. Choices, guys. Choices. Definitely some decisions that are needing to be made with the Two of Swords. So there's something kind of like a mental sparring, but it's in your own mind, right? You're sparring with yourself. Should I do this or should I do that? Or is this true or is that true? Maybe for some of us, we're on that fence still. Some of us are fully in, but some of us are still sitting on that fence a little bit. Or there's something that we have to make a decision in. And I think every day, right? I think actually every day, my guys are like, nah, it's just every day we have to make the choice. Everything that we experience, we make the choice on how we're going to respond to it, right? And if you respond to it in a way that you don't want to respond to it, then you have the opportunity later on to reflect on that and say, how can I change and grow and heal and going on that. It's not hard. Don't make it hard. Make it joyful. Make it joyful, right? There's no need to make it hard. By saying that this is hard, you'll make it hard for you. It is so, and if you sit in that energy, that's what's going to make it. Think of it as a journey. Think of it as an adventure. Think of it as exciting. Think of it as a really beautiful new beginning for you, where you finally get to love yourself and have a healthy life going forward. That you get to choose what your life's going to be. Don't take on that energy of it's like it has to be like that. It doesn't have to be like that. You get to choose what it gets to be like. Put on your favorite music, dance around, whatever space you're in, dance around it, light it up, put color in it, make it yours, let it sing to you, right? And forget about the rest of that. It wasn't aligned with you, and in fact, it was actually toxic and unhealthy. So let that go with grace and say, thank you. I'm so happy I'm not with that anymore. And I know I've had narcissistic relationships before too. I know what it does to you. But don't make it hard for you by saying that it's hard. Okay? We're getting lots of mental games, lots of mental energy here. We've got the Six of Swords coming out as well. So the Six of Swords is about a rite of passage and a journey. And it's really interesting, guys. Like, these cards were created way before this happened. But look at the anglerfish. And by the way, did you realize the anglerfish was that small? I used to be terrified of the anglerfish. I was terrified thinking you'd go down, like if you ever went in the deep of the ocean. Hi, Ash, and hi, Mother Trucker. If I was in the deep of the ocean and I was like thinking you'd come across one of those anglerfish and that it could eat you. And then they're holding it in their hand and I was like, that's not as scary now. I mean, mind you, it could give you a really big bite. Aw, look at this. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see it. On there, Xandrian gave me a teddy bear hug. It was so cute. So there was this teddy bear that was sitting there. I sometimes forget streaming on 2 platforms and you're not seeing or hearing or like you're not getting any of that unless you're on both. I love you, sweetie. Love you. So anyway, that anglerfish, although that makes it even more miraculous. So I'm thinking this giant, like, big fish came up from Mariana's Trench to the light. And I'm like, ooh, and then I find out the size of it. Now I'm more impressed. Because that little thing, that little tiny little thing is no bigger than an egg. Like one of our chicken eggs is no bigger than a chicken egg. That thing came from the depths of the depths of the depths up to the surface. Like, that's just like, and it made it. And we don't know why. There's lots of speculation on it. Anyway, it's cute that they used it on the Six of Swords, because the Six of Swords represents a rite of passage, and it represents help coming when maybe in unexpected ways. Yeah, it's really interesting. It's cute. It's cute. Yeah, anyway, so I'm a lot less terrified of anglerfish now. A lot less. And when I found out that the males are even smaller, like the males are more like, and this is just the way that it is described in the thing. Males are more like a parasite. They are way like a tenth of the size of the mom or the female angler, and they latch onto the female angler, and then they dissolve into basically nothing but the reproductive organs of the male. And she can have multiple males that dissolve onto her like that, and so that at any point in time that she wants to have a baby, she just goes, pull it from that male, next time I pull it for that male, next time I pull it from that male. That's crazy. But that's what I found out about anglerfish. I like learning things, so that was a cool little journey. It was a cool little journey to find out that the anglerfish is this big. And it was a long trip, a very long journey, and we don't know why, but very cool. All right, sidetrack. Ooh, we got the Three of Wands in the shadow. So the Three of Wands is about it being right there, that you're standing on the precipice of it happening. You've got the skills and the talent and you're ready to go. But we already had that new education. So there's some stuff to learn in this journey. There's some learning that needs to happen. And maybe it's not quite ready. Whoa. Oh, but it's coming, and when it comes, it's coming in a very beautiful way. The Queen of Pentacles, this is financial stability. This is self-made parent, like a healer. It's really grounded, solid energy. It's very established, right? The Queen of Pentacles is the stage before you hit the legacy wealth. So it's abundant, but stable abundance. Right? And then you go to the King where it becomes legacy. We got the Ace of Cups in the shadow. So the Ace of Cups in the shadow is that, I think a lot of us are waiting on that new relationship, and that can swing back into that Three of Wands as well. We do have the Ten of Swords. So this is what came up with that. So the issue with relationship, I think a lot of us are wanting that next relationship, but there's something that we're not letting go of. And so that relationship, that new relationship isn't quite there yet, because we are still staying maybe tied to some past stuff, mentally holding on to some things. There's something that we need to release. There's something that needs to be released mentally, and that will allow that new love to come in. And it'll also help with everything else coming in, because this is a celebration. This is a celebration. This is not a negative reading at all. Let's see what else we've got. We have to always check in, you guys. We have to check in. I know we chat a lot and then we don't get a lot of cards for everybody, but you can always go to my website if you want to get a full reading and support me that way. That keeps me doing the lives for free. So we've got the Rose. You can also buy books. I do have a lot of books available. I have 3 children's books currently, with a 4th one in the works. I mean, I have many in the works, but a 4th one that I just am doing the pictures for before I publish it. And I have journals and stuff for adults. Hi, Granny. How are you, love? I hope you're doing well. Okay, we're just getting some messages from Mother Gaia, and then we'll get some messages from Father Sky. We'll do the rounds. We'll get some messages from the shaman. The shaman are actually next. Good, good, good. You know you're not a bad person, right? I've done wrong things. I've done things bad things before. I've made mistakes before. There we go. That's a better way to put it. I've made mistakes before. It's all in how you take responsibility and what you do to move forward from your mistakes. It's not, and because of the traumas that we experience, we tend to think if we do something wrong, that we are wrong. And what that ends up being is shame, right? And I don't want that for you. You're not a bad person. You're not a bad person. And so if you feel that way, I hope that by saying that to you, that you can sense that I'm telling you, I'm like being completely honest here. You can sense the truth that I'm speaking to you, that I don't hold anything against you. I don't. Okay? I don't. Hi. That's cool. See? That's how in tune we are energetically. What is that? Just to make sure. All right. Let's see what the shaman have. Ooh. Okay. We've got our 3. All right. I'm just getting all the cards ready, and then we're going to just be doing it. You're not a bad person. You're not. You're not. So many of us made mistakes. So many of us have made, I made so many mistakes along the way. I once, and there's some, like a lot of times we'll have our reasons for it. We could justify our actions, right? Or we can maybe understand them in some way. So I left a relationship. I was scared. I'll say that. I was scared at the end of this relationship because I thought that he was going to have me committed because he thought that I was crazy. And I wasn't, but that's what he felt. And so that was his reality that he was experiencing. And because of some of the stuff that he said, I got scared. So I left. I took all my stuff and I left when he was at work, and he came home to a partially empty house. Like, I Dear John to somebody, and I can't imagine how that might have hurt. Like, I can feel the energy from it because I'm very sensitive that way. Like, I could feel into that, and I could experience the emotions that he felt when he came home to an empty place. That's a shitty thing to do. Even if I had justification for doing so, even if I felt, but there's other ways that I could have done it that wouldn't have resulted in it being that way, right? I could have done it in a multitude of different ways, but I chose the actions that I chose. So what do? One, I make reparations. So I apologize. I take ownership for the way that might have hurt somebody, and I apologize for that. Then I offer to make reparations if I can, and they get to choose whether I can or can't. It's their choice. And I forgive myself. I forgive myself because I understand what I was experiencing at that time was a different situation. I was scared. I was responding, and with the best that I could in that moment. I responded the best that I could in that moment, because you're always doing your best. Right? You always have a choice on how you respond. And so, forgive yourself. And do the stuff that goes along with that, right? And if that means that the friendship or the relationship's done, then you just let it be done, and that's okay, right? Hi, Lox. I've seen your message. You probably, I think that's the 5th or 6th one that you've put up in the same thing, right? Oh. Okay. Yeah, no, I'm sorry. You can see that I'm talking and I'm giving out a message, right? And there's a message up on top too about that. So just, I'll get done my stuff sooner and potentially get a reading or two in for other people, if I'm not distracted. It just makes sense. Alrighty, so we got the energy. We got our cards all out here. Plus, this is a huge reading. If you listen to the stuff that's getting spoken about inside this reading, you're gonna get your answer to a lot of what you have questions about. Grand Rising, right? The collective reading carries so many nuggets, like nuggets on your healing journey, nuggets on your awakening journey. Even in that situation, I sat there for a brief moment and interacted with Granny, and I ended up affecting somebody else because she's experiencing something the same. So Jane was affected by a message that I was giving to Granny. Those are called cledons. That's when a message that is being given to somebody else resonates with you. So listen to the cards that I've got here, see how they resonate, and if you still haven't had your questions answered by the end of the collective reading, then you can by all means put your name down to get a reading, okay, or get a card. And we'll probably just be doing a card. So let me pick up all of these because I do 3 cards from each sector when I'm reading them. All right. We started with Mother Gaia. So we've got 3 cards from Mother Gaia. I need to take a drink because my throat's making a funny noise and my tea's getting cold. Alrighty. This is beautiful. We've got, in the line of these cards, we've got the Rose of Venus, Plant Yourself Here, and the Rose Thread. So we've got our inner calling coming in. We have integration or embodiment of said intercalling, which then puts us into alignment and flow. That is what these 3 cards mean together, is that energy of we are aligning with our soul mission. We are feeling the call of our soul leading us in that direction. And you have to remember that whatever you came here to do, like if you're thinking I'm supposed to do these things, or I'm part of the awakening, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, and it doesn't matter how small it is, because you don't know how what you do is going to affect somebody or who you're affecting through your actions. But if you feel like there's something that you're supposed to be doing and you're sitting on the sidelines not doing it yet, you're doing a disservice to yourself as well as the public. There are people out there that are waiting for you to bring it to the world. And when you bring it to the world, you're going to shift some people into an awakened state. And we need that. We need all the people to awaken. The more that awaken, the better that it is for the entirety of society, right? When we have to get to that, that spot with the threshold. So it's important that you do that. A lot of us are getting activated, and in getting activated, we are starting to integrate those experiences. We're integrating our gifts, let's say. Many of us have been, as we're awakening more and more and more, we're starting to light up, and our gifts are starting to become more apparent. So this integration, and it's also a time of like very grounded action where you need to really embody what it is that you're bringing. Embody the life that you want to bring. So if I want to see the life, or I want to see a world before us, this new earth where we live in unity and we live in love and we live in this beautiful way, then I have to actively live like that now. It's what we talk about in manifestation all the time. Live as if it's already happened and see it appear before you as if it's magic. So why are we not doing that collectively for the new earth that we want to have show up, right? Next, we've got the Rose Venus, the Rose of Venus, which is alignment and flow. This is right relationships start to show up. We start to be in complete harmony. It's incredible over the last month, the shift that I've experienced on my own and how much more in alignment and in flow I am. I continue to step forward more and more and more into talking about like the truth about things, and, really more into, not holding back anything about who I am. And that alignment is a beautiful space to sit in, and it's the area and it's the space that we're trying to get ourselves to. From the shaman, okay, yeah. We've got 3 cards as well that show a beautiful energy as well. Yeah, that's that test. That test. You have to know that it doesn't matter if it feels like it's right there, it is right there. It's the only thing that blocks you is you. And it's something I had to recognize within myself as well. The only thing, and I shouldn't say that the only thing that blocks you, because it's not a block, it's a lesson, it's an experience, it's a growth. And it's an opportunity for you to grow. Sometimes the waiting is on purpose. If I had have taken off right away early in when I started my company, and I celebrate the 4th year of this, and it'll be halfway, I started just at the end of, or whatever, last year I just started the School of Light. But before that, it was not the School of Light. It was a bunch of services that I was offering. And I had group programming, and I really worked a lot with trauma and mental health. And I did a lot of tarot and oracle card readings. And, that was really the foundation of it. And, before that, it was something even more different, right? So I've evolved into this space, but now I'm sitting in that space of authenticity, and the way that things are aligned are so much different. And I recognize sometimes the waiting has nothing to do with me doing anything wrong. Sometimes the waiting is happening because you're in a space that you need to be in at that time for another reason. Right now, I'm in here hanging out with my mom because my mom needs me. I need my mom. And so we get to have this opportunity to repair our relationship. And in the time that I've been here with my mom, I've seen and felt a significant shift in her energy. Aw, thank you, Priya. I actually do speaking, I have done speaking engagements before, just not for quite some time. I don't know why people don't want me. They do. Aw, I love you, Divine Timing. You have to definitely check out my Truth channel. It's linked in the comments on both channels, but you should definitely check them out. Okay, so we've got from the shaman, we've got the farther gate, which is taking that bold step forward. right? We're going to cross that. We're crossing it. We're doing it. We're taking that bold step forward. We have intentionality. We're looking through the eye of a needle, right? We're focused. We're focused. Why? Because we're in alignment. We know what we want. We know what we're going to bring to the world. We got that fire in our belly. Let's do this. And we're also making the connections, so the jeweled web. And I think that's us recognizing as well that unity that exists, right? That connection that happens between all of us. It's just fantastic. Alrighty, next we had Father Sky. Father Sky is bringing us, okay, we've got the inner fire that I was just talking about, that willpower that's coming out with our solar plexus light upgrade. So we're getting that upgrade to our solar plexus, and that's driving us in more focused direction. It's beautiful, beautiful energy. I love it. All right, we've got Shambhala initiations. This is the same energy that we were getting with Mother Gaia when she's talking about embodiment and grounded action. So this is our opportunity to take time to set the foundation, to recharge, to recalibrate, to get into balance and harmony, and to prepare for the energy shift that's coming in, because it's going to be big. And we've got the Pleiadians coming out. And this is beautiful because the Pleiadians is talking about coming together. This is about harmony and resolution. And this is that beautiful connectivity that we're seeking. So us knowing that we are a part of the part of the all. We are all individuals, but a part of the all. All right. For the energy, we've got let it go. This is let it go in such a beautiful way. If you can look at the stuff that came and you can let it go with love and thank it for the experience and thank it for the lesson, and then open yourself up to receive whatever is next in whatever way that it shows up, in whatever measure it does, knowing that it's going to be exactly what you need in that particular time. It's going to be exactly what is needed. Okay, this is beautiful energy. Next, we've got being open to discoveries. I think a lot of us are doing these little trips, right? We're astral traveling. We are lucid dreaming. Some of us are even remote viewing. Like, there's all kinds of things that we're doing. But I think we're starting to open up more to the gifts that are there, to the magic that exists. And, we're also open to learning more. We're starting to realize that the knowledge that we think we knew, we don't even know. And even when we look at what we know, though, we know a fraction of what we think we know. And we know a fraction of what the knowledge is that is in existence. There is so much knowledge out there. It's incredible. So knowing that, but that's that recognition, right? When we sit in that space of I know, we close ourselves off from learning more. But now we're starting to open our mind and say, I don't really know what is going. So I'm going to sit and discern it, but I'm going to allow the logic to just get out of there. And we've got our ears wide open. Speaking of discernment, the actual card of discernment. It's not just about, like, this guy's listening into the next freaking dimension. He's listening to magic. He's listening. Anyway, enough making fun of this little fox. But he's listening. And the reason why, and what this is about discerning, is you're going to start to listen to the energy. You're going to start to feel the vibration and the frequency. You might even start to see the field, right? Or you might start to see auras or see visions of other things, right? So we're starting to be very wise to not trust everything that we see. We're starting to sense with our other senses and discern what the truth is, right? We're in an age where, down in the States, they got it all called like Dior bags, and I don't know, they got all these like code names that they've created, and thinking that someone isn't smart enough to like figure out what the code names are. But anyway, code names it is. Those code names, like, we know what's going on. There's a lot of stuff going on in the sky. There's a lot of stuff going on around the world right now, right? But we have to be very aware and start to discern, is this true, right? We've seen the level of makeup that they can do, and we've seen the holograms. We've seen, and that's not even the top of what they can do. Like when we think we've seen what they can do, we do not know the magic that they can create with the stuff that they have. So you really have to sit with it and go, is that really what I'm seeing in the sky? Does it feel like that's really there? Before actually going, yes, that's there. And we have to be more cautious with what we're sharing, because if you're sharing something and you don't even know if it's true, then you're just perpetuating the disillusionment or the misinformation, or the all that information that's being distorted, that's keeping us trapped, right? And that's how we break free, is through truth. The truth will set you free. And the truth wave is a great meditation. So, go hit that up. Okay, let's get into some cards for everybody else. How are you, Morichi? Buenos dias. ¿Cómo está? I have to switch I have to do it at least when I see you. Right? Ooh, what do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do? We've got about 45 minutes for readings. Pure Vida. We've got about 45 minutes for readings, so we can do bigger readings for a select group that I'll let myself guide with what feels with it. Or everybody. I'll just do shorter readings and everybody can get cards. Which one would you like? Which one would you like? I love you too, Ashley. I really do. Either is fine. Everybody's like, either one. Everyone? Louise is asking for an everyone. Okay, let's get the list started. We'll do short ones for everyone. And you know me, short isn't really as short as you think. I usually think that short is 2 cards, but yes, for all. We've got either or all, so we're going to go with all. Either or all. So let's do. Perfect. Okay, divine timing is first. And that really blew my mind when she wrote that over there, because I actually stuttered for a second, because I was like, of course it's divine timing. And then I realized she was meaning divine timing. Okay, that's too many cards. That's a big reading. That's a big reading. That's like 7 cards. We're just going to pick those up. We're going to give a little smackety smack, smack, smack. I am using these beautiful animal tarot. It's Orion's animal tarot. They're just very beautiful pictures on them. And so this is the newest tarot deck that I have. So we're going to use those. We'll see though. If my guides say grab a different deck, I'll grab a different deck. And if my guides are loud and want me to give you a message, I'll give you the message, because, there's obviously a reason why I'm being told to give it to you. Alrighty. The 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is that there's something emotionally that you need to walk away from. And even after I picked up the cards and showed you this one, it ended up back on the bottom of the deck. So it's still your Chariot. So the 8 of Cups is that there's something that you need to walk away from. And once you do it, and it's like almost like a ritual, like you need to do a bowl burning ceremony or something. And right now is a good time. Do it now before the 27th of February. Actually, you know what? We're going to talk about the moon. I'm gonna talk about the moon, and we're just gonna stop talking about the moon here. I'm gonna talk about the moon, and the truth is the moon, and then you guys can come back here and you'll understand why I stopped talking about the moon in the way that I was just about to, but that's just conditioning. So I went to do it anyway. All right. Choose to release. Now is a good time to release, right? And just know that anytime there's something that's not in alignment with you, is a good time to release that. You don't need a special day. You don't need a special moon. There are certain cycles of the sun where it would be better to release during those phases, but I'll get into that at another time. The point being, with the cards, it's talking about there's something that you need to release, or not, you need to walk away from or let go of. And because it's cups, it's emotional. So there's some emotional attachment that you have to something, and within that emotional attachment, it needs to be let go of. The Chariot is about success and victory. And it can be about harnessing 2 opposing energies and bringing them together. So when you let go of whatever it is, that emotional attachment to something that isn't serving you, success is like, it's going to come in so quickly for you. So it's so crazy how we can have these things that just genuinely block us from our success, and we don't even realize it. You could be in this relationship and you're like, whatever, it's not, like, I'm trying to fix it, I'm trying to make it work, we're trying, right? Well, there's no trying, there's only doing. You either are or you are not. And so if you are, then you are. But I like that the sun's going to come out. Yes, come, you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it. Shine on us, bring the heat. Do it. We've been getting a lot of snow lately in Ontario, so the sun would be really. I'm just glad it came out as much as it did. We'll see the sun eventually. Okay, back to you. So anyway, it'll come in. You can hold on to those relationships anyway, and then as soon as you let go of it, all of a sudden, boom, it comes in right away. Ah, there's no sureness. You know, yeah, but you know that trying to figure out a way. It started to come in, but then it popped out. So see if my guides give it to me in. You can never make a wrong choice. You can never make a wrong decision. Every decision that you make will lead you exactly where you're meant to go. And I know that that seems like nothing more than words, but it's honestly the truth, right? It's the truth. Every single possibility is unfolding before you, and you have the opportunity to step onto those timelines. Um, we know, and we lie to ourselves. But we know, right? It could be a friend who every time you hang around with her, you get brought down and you feel like crap. It could be, your family, even your family's opinion. It could be emotions that you're holding on to, like doubt, and just even letting go of that emotion, right? Letting go of the doubt, because why are you doubting anything? You're the creator. You are God embodied. God is in your body. And if you think of it that way, like, we, before source separated into all, like, we were all individualized within the whole, and we were all just one collective being. When God separated, you stayed that individual that you were before, but you became expressed in your own body. So you're God embodied. You're in this body, but you're still God energy. You're exactly what the creator energy is. And you're creating every moment of your day. Everything that exists is because somebody created it. Everything that exists in your mind gets created. So what do you want to create? What life do you want to create for yourself? Why ever think that you're small? Why ever think that you're not capable? Why you get to create, you get to choose. What do you choose what you want to create? Why are you questioning what your son's like? Do you not know your son? I think that's the question there. Why would you question whether your son's a nice person? I would hope that you would know that. And if you don't know that, then I would hope that you would believe that. Just believe that your son's a good person. Send that energy to them. I used to worry about my kids, and then I was like, well, that's not helpful. All I'm sending is worry energy at them. Why would I sit there and think about my son and go and put put sad things? I'm sorry to hear that. Send him beautiful energy. Just send him love. You're so powerful, Dark Irish. Right? If you can't be there with him physically supporting him, then support him energetically. Send him love, send him just beautiful, beautiful wishes, send him calm, send him safety, send him all the feelings you hope that he's feeling and experiencing. And see him in that light of being a good person and being a nice, like being being a kind person, being wise or compassionate, right? See him loving his life and enjoying himself. That's much more powerful than worrying, right? Just see him being the way that you want him, that you hope him to be, and he will be that way. Yes. That's a big thing to let go of, right? Um, when Jesus was here, Jesus was never about following the church. He wasn't a part of the church. Jesus was teaching you that you are the healer, right? Jesus was like, you can do what I can do, right? He was never go follow them or go to church and pray and go do this. It was never about it. Jesus was a teacher. He was a mystic and a teacher, and he used to go around and just teach you to go inside and find yourself. And inside finding yourself, you find God, and when you find God, you realize you are God, and then you have access to everything that Jesus had access to. We are all the same in that aspect, right? No one is better than the other. We all have the same capabilities. Are we all unique? Absolutely. You know, when we think about unity consciousness, that doesn't mean that when we go back to the all, I lose my identity. You didn't do all the things that I've done in all the different lifetimes that I've been in. You chose different paths. You chose different avatars. You chose different lifetimes, right? And in some lifetimes, you didn't choose to be, say, Cleopatra, and I did. I was like, nah, this time I'm Cleopatra. Okay, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I didn't choose that, but you get the point, right? We didn't. It wasn't that we always spent the same lifetime. Sometimes there was, and that's where there's the overlap, right? There's the overlap. All right, Louise or Lewis could be spelled. It could be spent. It could be spoken either way. So I apologize if I spoke it incorrectly. All right, let's see what we've got for a reading. Can I get a good reading? Sorry, we get chatty. Sometimes I end up giving. Hi, I kind of feel like you're trolling now, Dark Irish, because you came in first asking about your son and then talking about your son being in foster home, and now you're saying about how, and now will I find true love now that I am gay? So I do feel like it's a bit of a troll thing. I don't know, call it spidey senses. But we don't do that here. We don't do that here. We are here for like the genuine, like, universal love, unconditional love, unity. Um, you know. All right, Louise or Lewis, Louis. However you pronounce it. I'm sorry. The English language is not not good. I know you wrote it. You wrote it, and I don't. Louise. I'm gonna say Louise. Okay. All right. Well, fair enough. It was just a question. That's of course you will. Of course you will. Why wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you? There's nothing wrong with being gay. Okay, so if it's an honest, genuine question, of course you'll find love. Right? The only thing that stops you from finding love is your belief around love and whether or not you're entitled to it or whether or not you can. So if you think that you can't, then you won't. Hi, Ayanda. Ayanda? Hi. How are you? Okay, Louise. The Six of Wands. The Six of Wands is give me a second. I want to get the other card. I want to get the other card first. I'm like, I want to, because sometimes it matters. Knight of Swords and, okay. So the Death card as well. The Death card is I like more of a rebirth. It's just cycles, right? We go through and cycles end and then new cycles begin. And we have to just move through those cycles with ease and grace and just allow it to happen. There's a lot of mental energy here with the Knight of Swords. The Knight of Swords is a very much fast-moving energy. Knights are quicker moving energy. I mean, the slowest knight is the Knight of Pentacles, but the Knight of Swords, because it's air, it's very fast-moving. So there's a lot of mental energy that's here right now. So whatever this is the cycle that you're going through, it might have your brain very active. Just make sure that you're channeling the thoughts in the right direction. Channel the thoughts in a helpful direction, not a hindering direction. The Six of Pentacles is about a rite of passage, or about help coming in different, it might come in unexpected ways, but that help will show up at the right time. So know that whatever this is that you're going through right now, maybe that can ease some of the worry, is to shift your mind into like helpful stuff, but to also look at solutions and know that someone is going to be coming to help, that there will be help, or that this is a rite of passage. It's something that you were meant to experience and meant to move through. Aw. How are you doing? Has he come in, has he spoke to you? Has he connected to you yet? You know what? I don't just do cards, right? I do energy healing and all kinds of stuff. So I'm gonna give you a big hug. Okay? I'm gonna just give you a big, 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 big hug. And I love you, sweetie. He never left you. I see him occasionally putting his hand on your shoulder, like to let you know that he's there. Um, love you, sweetie. And so does he. So does he. Okay. Alrighty. After Louise is Dior, I believe, is the next one for a card. So you're welcome. Oh, this is a beautiful, beautiful reading for you, Dior. Um, I know that you just went through that. So we've got the Page of Swords. So this is that new learning. There's new curiosity and newness within your life, and we know that. And there's a newness within your mental space as well. This card is the energy that you had, right? This is the energy that you had to leave the relationship, to move on into that space. This beautiful energy of the King of Wands. The King of Wands is a very passionate, fiery energy. It really would represent, like a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy, but definitely Leo. The King of Wands is a spiritual entrepreneur. He's a leader. He leads by, and in the space of like inspired action and harnessing really like divine masculine energy. So it's a really powerful energy from the King of Wands. And I see you stepping into your power, and everything that you're looking for is going to come to you. Like this energy represents like Aquarius. It's actually the major arcana that represents the sign Aquarius, and that is the Star card, and it's just a beautiful card. This is about your wishes coming true, about the energy being manifested. So it's a really beautiful energy. So whether that's, mhm, mhm, yeah, whatever your dreams are, that's your energy. Okay. Ashley, what does Ashley need to hear, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Ashley? So the cards that are coming out are cards that are really about healing, and it's time. The Five of Cups is it's a card that represents. My brain just went glitchy for a second there. Hang on a second, guys. I need my tea. I need my tea. You're welcome. I definitely need my tea. Um, um, so the first card that came out is the Five of Cups, and the Five of Cups in the shadow position. And the Five of Cups in the shadow position is talking about not letting go of trauma and moving beyond that stuff. And we know that that's something that you're working towards, but just hadn't got there yet. I know that for you, you put yourself on the back burner all the time. It's Ashley comes last in the line of people whose needs get met within your space. Now there is a rite of passage. There's a transition. There's a journey that's going to happen here with the six coming out as well. So you've got that lovely anglerfish, and you know I don't know if that would. I bet you if you watch that video, that would touch you. There'd probably be a link to that. I bet you it would. I bet you it would sing to you a little bit. But there is this transition that you're going through. This is a journey that you're experiencing. Bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. The Hierophant is one of the most religious cards in the or spiritual cards in the deck. It is about spiritual enlightenment, and it is spiritual enlightenment through like education or through traditional or conventional means. The High Priestess is the spirituality through the unconventional means, like through intuition and embodiment. So it could be like time for a mentor to help you on your journey, is the energy that I'm getting from that, Ashley. Okay. Alrighty, who's after Ashley? I can't remember. I can't remember. But I'm gonna finish my tea because it is actually cold now, unfortunately. Oh, and I gotta do my puzzle. If anyone wants a card on here, do let me know. And like Divine Timing got a card, you can get a card as well. Well, why are you miserable? Why are you choosing to be miserable? Xandrian, thank you, Victor. And their spiritual. Thank you. Xandrian, my love. Oh, I miss you. I love your energy. I'm so happy for you too with everything that you're doing. All right, we've got Temperance, so there may be a bit of an imbalance in your life. Temperance it represents Sagittarius energy, but Temperance is all things in moderation. I didn't see it. I did not. I did not. But maybe they are. Maybe right now it feels like they're not, but there's something that you could learn and grow from the experience that you're going through that's going to help you and go into the next step so that things are working out. Maybe you have to go through this muck to get to the beauty on the other side. Maybe things really are working out. You just don't realize what you didn't want. And Karen Suki wants one, and definitely she can be on the list. Yeah, maybe there's better things in store for you if you just get out of your own way. Possibly, possibly, possibly. Okay, so back to Xandrian. We've got the imbalance, and I feel like, yeah, you're trying to balance all of that, and it's just, it's just you're gonna find your balance though. We've got the World card, which the World card and the Three of Wands in the shadow. So we'll do this Three of Wands in the shadow as well. The Three of Wands is that energy of having all the skills and the talent and everything is just right there. You're just waiting for the perfect wave, and it's coming. And that's evidenced by the World card, which is cycles of completion, it's abundance, it's joy. It can be literally traveling the world, but it's just that it's getting to that completion. It's the last card that's in the major arcana. So that's significant of a major cycle being completed. So know that everything and getting into that, like I said, abundance is coming in, joy, all of it. Oops. Whoopsie. Nancy. All right. What does Nancy need to hear, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Nancy? Is Nancy there? I should check and make sure Nancy's there. I hope she's there. So I'll read for Nancy as if she is. So the Ace of Swords and the Nine of Cups. The Nine of Cups is the card that everybody wants. Oh, is the one that everybody wants. Sorry, she gave me the teddy bear again. Thank you, sweetheart. The Nine of Cups is the energy of everything manifested. It's like, it's complete fulfillment. It's your wishes granted. It's like having all the cups are full, right? And so it's a beautiful energy. The Ace of Swords coming out is there's newness mentally. So this mental newness, it could be a really great idea that is going to bring you lots of abundance and alignment with you. It could be changing your belief systems so that it's no longer hindering you, so that you can step into that level of financial success or abundance, or just all around life fulfillment. Okay. Alrighty, who's after Nancy? I don't remember. Quick, quick, quick. Hi, Michelle. Michelle. All right, Michelle. Aha, yes, 9 cycles of completion for sure. All right, we got 3 cards for you, Michelle. 2 of them, 7 of Pentacles and the Page of Wands in the shadow. And then the one that's upright is the 3 of Pentacles. So when we're looking at the Page of Wands, the Page of Wands would be taking new inspired action on something. So there's something that you want to do, but you're just not taking action yet, is what I'm getting from that energy. The 7 of Pentacles is that you've been putting in the work or the effort, but you're not yielding the results from the effort that you put in, or you're not thinking that it's showing up correctly. And it can be like a lot of work, little results, and it's starting to, like, you're starting to feel a little bit disillusioned isn't the right word. I need a better word than disillusioned. Your hope's just waning. I don't want to say that you're hopeless, because you're not hopeless. It's just like your hope, your belief in it turning around, like, or your belief in the outcome is starting to wane a little bit in the depth of your belief in it. The 3 of Pentacles coming out, though, is talking about really long-term, solid connection. So this is like soul family coming in. So with the energy of like whatever it is that that isn't working out, or whatever you're not taking inspired action on, or whatever's the, you know, the energy of it's not quite working out the way that you'd hoped that it would work out. I feel that's going to change with these new connections that are starting to appear in your life, because these are going to be connections. These are long-term relationships. This is teacher-student dynamics. So someone could be coming in and teaching you something at this point. My ears like going off again. That could be coming in to teach you something at this point that's going to help you to get to your next, to the next space that you want to go in. That's going to help you to take the inspired action. It's going to give you some, you know, like maybe it's like how you're afraid of public speaking or something. So you go and take a course on how to do public speaking, that kind of energy. All right, Crystal. Yep. Well, Crystal, that's too many cards. Just hang on there, son. Hang on a moment. That's too many. All right, Metal Chick. Let's shuffle that again. Can we get a good reading for Metal Chick? Whoa, no, not with one out of the deck. We can't. Make sure I'm not with such an explosion. You're welcome, Michelle. Yeah, so there's a teacher or a teacher-student relationship or soul family connection that's going to come in, and that's going to help you, so that you'll be able to take that inspired action, and you'll get your hope back with it. All right, so Crystal, let's give him a little smacky smack first. All right, Crystal, can I get a message for Crystal, please, Spirit? Alrighty, so be careful. There's the 7 of Swords in here on the bottom of the deck, Crystal. This card came kind of sideways. I'm choosing to bring it in the upright direction as opposed to in the other direction. So the 4 of Cups is the card that represents, like, it's a stable time emotionally, but sometimes when it's really quiet, there's not a lot going on, we create problems for ourselves, and that's the 7 of Swords. So it's like idle hands need to find some work to do. So it's just really make sure that you're channeling your very creative, very fast intellect. You're an Aquarius, so you've got a mind that, make sure you're channeling that in the right way, that you're not allowing the moment when things are maybe a little bit stable, but boring maybe. Don't allow those moments when you're bored for you to do something that you'll later regret, because once you do things, like you can try to repair them, you can try to apologize for them, but it'll never be the same, right? So it's really about, yeah. So it's just about being careful with your energy when you're bored, so that you're not saying or doing things that you have to take back later, or that you end up cutting relationships apart because of being in that energy. Hi Rochelle, how are you, love? Been a long time. I see you occasionally popping up on my Facebook here and there. All right, I believe Karen is next, I think. I've confirmed with my guide. You're welcome. I love you, sweetheart. All right, Karen Suki on YouTube. All right. Woo, we got two wands. We got the wands coming out. The wands coming out. Oh, 6 of Cups in the bottom. Okay, so we've got the 5 of Wands and the 8 of Wands and 6 of Cups. Yes, you love. So, yeah, it's been not fun. So the 6 of Cups is looking in the rear view mirror, and it can be holding on to stories that don't serve you. It can be, looking at the memories in the past that weren't really great memories. When we spend time in the past, we're bringing that into the moment, right? Time is illusion, right? Definitely watch that episode on One Truth Sets You Free, and follow and the channel. Byron, or actually, Victor shared the channel for me earlier. It's my other channel. In the first episode, or the one episode that I had there, anyway, it talks about time as an illusion, is the first episode. So when we go back into time, it's one thing to go back into time and spend a moment, and I've done this, where I go back in time and I'll sit with my child, like my son when he was like 3 or whatever. I'll go back in time where, I was holding him, or, oh, I went back too far, guys. Hang on. I hit some big emotions there. Sorry, my children and I, we used to do this whole like running and hiding underneath a blanket and pretend the monsters were gonna get us. And so like we'd run through the house, dive in the bed, cover with the cover, and we'd be screaming, ah, like that the monster was gonna get us. So it's just a very sweet moment of playing with my children. So you can step into those memories, and that's absolutely beautiful, to step into a memory filled with so much love or so much tenderness or so much sweetness. But oftentimes we go back into the memories where we were made to be a victim, and and we go back into the trauma story. And we have to avoid going back into that space unless we go back in and rewrite it. And you can do that, because you can go back in and choose to see it from a more empowered space and rewrite that story, so that you can step into this story having had that empowerment moment back then. Right, so you can rewrite your story, but we have to be careful that we're not holding on to the memories that don't serve us, because we're just bringing that energy into the moment, which means that we will re-experience it, that we will re-experience it. So we've got the 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands can be like, it can be like trying to be something because of somebody else's standards, or living in a, there's that competition, or sometimes it's a beneficial thing. Sometimes we exceed, like we end up doing way more than what we ever thought we were going to accomplish, because we were trying to do what we thought other people wanted. Like we kept climbing up and climbing up and climbing up the ladder, but it was because we were, being pushed by other people. So, I mean, it can sometimes be very motivating, but we have to make sure that people are encouraging us to move in the direction that is in alignment with us, not us moving in a direction so that we keep alignment with people who aren't our soul family, or aren't connected to us in an authentic way. Once we align with ourselves, right, and we let go of the things from the past, and we stop living according to what other people might want us to live, then we like things start to happen very quickly. The Eight of Wands is a very fast moving energy. You know, things are happen very, very quickly, and it's a successful energy as well. Okay, so hello, hello. All right, Rejoice is next. Rejoice is next. What can I get a good message for Rejoice? All right, we've got the Four of Cups in the shadow, and on the bottom of the deck we have the Three of Pentacles. So the Four of Cups in the shadow is where we really are causing a lot of problems for us. Instead of looking at the cups that are full, we've decided to focus on the empty cup, so much so that now the other cups that were full are starting to empty out a bit. Like it's, you know, it's, we used to have 3 full cups and maybe one that wasn't full, and now we've got 3 empty cups and one that's maybe a little bit in it, right? And it's oftentimes like it's just things aren't happening the way that we want them to, or things aren't turning around in the speed that we want them to, and then we start to focus on everything that's going wrong or focusing on the negative, and the more that we focus on that stuff, the more that we create problems for ourselves. And we have to look at, like, can we be grateful for everything that we have in this moment, so that God, or so that we get more, right? Because it's like the concept of, if your life is a gift and this is what you've been given at this point, if you can be grateful for that, then as the universe, as prime source, as the creator, as, you know, Father Sky, your term for your higher power is your term. The I like prime source now. Prime source, if you're not grateful for what you have, why would they gift you anything more? It'd be like your friend giving you a present and you sloughing it off. How long before your friend's going to give you any more gifts? Like at some point they're going to be like, well, you're not grateful for what I've given you. Why would I give you anything else? Right? Like if you're not going to thank me for the things that I'm doing for you, why would I do anything else? Right? So there's that need for really being grateful for what we have and looking at the stuff that's going well and the positivity, and then we'll see more things going well. The Three of Pentacles is in here. The Three of Pentacles is those long-term friendships, like soul family, good connections, teacher-student relationships. You guys know I have the School of Light, so maybe it's time to take a class or something. Maybe it's time to connect with a mentor. Maybe it's time, you know, like a mindset coach or something like that, right? If that's a struggle that you're having. Or, you know, it's time to look for some education, or look for support from those around you. And if the people around you aren't supportive, then they're not the people that should be around you. Okay? All right. Rochelle. What does Rochelle need to hear, Spirit? Can I get a good message for Rochelle? I'm going to put that one over. Love you, Rejoice. All right, Rochelle. Okay. I don't know if you got a relationship situation going on here, but if you do, you're not going to maybe like the cards, but then again, maybe you will. Alrighty. The Seven of Cups can represent having having a lot of options, but afraid to make a decision because you're afraid you're going to make the wrong decision. The Two of Cups is in the shadow, which means that there's disharmony somewhere, and it could be in relationships, but it's an emotional disharmony at the very least. So something's not resonating with you. Something's not in alignment with you. There's an imbalance somewhere, and maybe it's the imbalance is you're not paying attention to your emotions. And the last card that came out is the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords is like grief. It can be heartbreak. It can be third party relationship kind of dynamics. It's definitely an energy of needing to let go. So whatever this energy is, if it is a relationship, I don't think it's a healthy one given these two cards being disharmony and the Three of Swords meaning grief. So if you have other options, make the other choices. But you'll never make the wrong choice. Everything leads you to a lesson or an experience, and you're the one that's going to get to have the lesson or have the experience. Okay, who's the last person that's on the list after Rochelle? I think it'll probably be the last one because I have class at 2. I love you. You need to love yourself very, very deeply and accept every bit of you. You are always perfect, never flawed, never broken. There's never anything wrong with you. You're just Victoria. You're welcome. Go love yourself and accept yourself, and then don't settle for scraps, honey. You don't need somebody to make you complete. The true twin flame is inside you. That'll be on another episode of The Truth. One Truth Sets You Free is about the divine masculine and feminine energy. Alrighty, Victoria, we have 3 cards in the shadow, and this Fool, sorry, I turned it over so you can see the picture. So the Fool was in the inverted, which means there's a new beginning, but you're hesitant to start it, or there's something new that's coming, but it's just not here yet. The Ace of Cups also talks about newness, and the Ace of Cups the Ace of Cups is about new relationships, but again, it's in the shadow. And we've got the Two of Wands. So there's a decision. There's a decision with the Two of Wands between the comfort zone and taking a risk, and you're hesitant to take it. And on the and that is blocking you from that new beginning with relationships or emotional new beginning. And it's also blocking you from the overall new beginning of that Fool's journey. You need to take there's a risk that you need to take. It's coming in loud and clear, and you're hesitant to take the risk. So look at what is it that makes you afraid of it, right? What is it that's holding you, or what is it that's what is it that scares you? I'm glad I got to see you for a little bit too, Rochelle. Right? What is it that's scaring you? What is it that's holding you back? What is it that you're afraid of? Are you afraid of your power? Are you afraid of how incredibly successful you're going to be? Are you afraid of failing? Are you afraid of, losing somebody along the way? What are you afraid of? Because that's coming up. All right. I love you guys. You can find me on on my channels on YouTube. You can find me on TikTok, on Facebook. I'm on all the socials. You can just go to my website, which is linked in my profile, and it has all of my social links on there, except for the new channel. The new channel is One Truth Sets You Free, and it's the number 1, all one word, Truth Sets You Free. So definitely go and check out that channel. There is the pilot episode, and then there's also the second episode, which is about time is an illusion, or the illusion of time, breaking free from the time loop. That's not exactly what it says, but it's something. The title's close to that. Anyway, I have to get to class or I'm going to be late, and the teacher can't be late. So I love you guys. I will see you back here on Thursday when we'll do Transformation Thursday. So we'll do some energy work and, of course, do a general check-in. So there'll be a collective reading and then the energy work. And if you want anything from me before then, go to my website and check it out. Love you. Bye, guys. Or check me out on Truthwave because I'm there 10 and 10, 10 and 10, 10 and 10, 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. All right. Love you guys.